What was some of the advice that you got from people about the decision to take over a program that has been a challenge in the toughest conference in America?
Well, there were more people that told me not to do it than there were that celebrated me doing it. So, if that tells you anything, I think, just this place has never known how to take care of itself, and it's especially this program. I think it's been one that now winning football in the SEC is really challenging. So you have to be really motivated to get behind it. But I think in some ways, that actually is what creates the opportunity. And I needed to know there was alignment in vision. I needed to know that, again, it was important to our chancellor and our athletics director that this program was going to be successful. And there was that. There was also patience. Like, Candace had a real understanding of where this thing was, even more than I did. I was very naive coming in thinking I was one or two good speeches away from getting it turned. She was able to see around the corner for me and help me navigate what was a couple of really lean years there in the first three. One thing that happened here is our best players ended up transferring to conference opponents. So we lost a tackle to Alabama. We lost a running back to Kentucky in the first 2 years on the job. And as it turns out, that's not a formula to build something that's going to be successful. That running back was Ray Davis, who's an NFL player now, who's a great dude, great player. He's a 1,000-yard rusher for us in 2022. So all that to say, Candace in 23, when we had the setback, she came down and never was judgmental, never put pressure on me, never said, you better fix this or else. I think she was so connected to the spirit of what we were building, to the foundation of culture that we had established, the environment. She believed in it and just wanted to be a support. And, in this era in college football, to have that level of leadership, that level of toughness is unheard of. And I'm just grateful for that. But, a lot of people were in the process of going through interviewing and then accepting the job. A lot of people were trying to help me by seeing the cracks in the cup here. I don't blame them for that. And in fact, if anything, I think my experience in those first few years validated their concern. This for me has just there's been an unrelenting belief in what's possible, the opportunity of the fact that we have good bones here that hasn't been successful. I'm just naive enough to think that I can get it done. I learned really quickly that I can, but I can't do it on my own. So I've surrounded myself with really good people that kind of formed the engine that have helped this program reach this point.